The Nottingham Panthers were at the Motorpoint Arena on Valentine's night. Corey Nielsen needed a victory for his side after 2 defeats against the Belfast Giants. The Steelers were celebrating Valentine's Day. They were dressed in pink, but they were ready for action. First shift of the game, though, and the Sheffield Steelers were up against it. The Nottingham Panthers break, first of all with Nielsen, then Francis and the former Steeler Rhett Gordon involved, but it was David Clark who fires home. 90 seconds gone, the Panthers were 1-0 up, but behind the play, right by the Nottingham Panthers bench, Brock Wilson and Ryan Finnerty were getting it together. In fact, Ryan Finnerty didn't know the Nottingham Panthers had scored until the goal was announced. He thought the face-off was for the play being blown down following their fight. But here's the goal, Ryan, and it was a lovely finish from David Clark. He beats the Carrow over the glove. The Panthers led by 1-0. But they didn't lead for long. Just 50 seconds, in fact, before the Sheffield Steelers tied it. Back in the lineup was the Sheffield Steelers power forward Colt King. He was to have 2 bites of the cherry. A lovely pass coming. Legui doing his magic as well. Keep your eye on Colt King. He stood right in front of Kowalski. Bang! First go. First to the loose puck is King, and he beats Kowalski's glove, and the Sheffield Steelers are tied at 1-1. Take a look at it again. Picks up on his own rebound. Kowalski's lost it. King's the first to react. We'll see better from this angle. And the Sheffield Steelers came out at the start of the first period with some more gusto about them. And they deserve to be 1-1 at the end of the first session. We're into the second period. Steelers go close. Ramsey fires it. Kowalski's lost it. King can't get to the loose one. Leggy comes in as well. But Kowalski was at his brilliant best once again. Let's see it again. Quick hands from Ramsey. King is right there in front in the battle of the 45s. Later in the period, the Panthers on the power play. But the Sheffield Steelers were to break just as Chad Huttle was to come out of the box following his interference call. Here comes Huttle, and Huttle gets involved in this play. Great work. Out in front is Steve Bernstall. Bernstall makes it 2-1 for the Steelers. Hewitt and Huttle picking up assists. Steelers fans were happy. They were relieved from 1 down. They were 2-1 up. Great work from Huttle. Jason Hewitt, though, outstanding. Quick hands from Bernstall. The Steelers led by 2-1, and they look to take that lead into the second period break. But it wasn't to be. Ryan Finnerty with the giveaway earlier on in that play. Matt Stevenson upset with the call, but the Panthers fans were the happy ones. It was Robert Lakovic who had the final touch. Lakovic made it 2-2 with just over 4 minutes remaining. Finnerty blamed himself afterwards. You'll hear that interview coming up in a few moments' time. You can see his disappointment. And whilst the Steelers complained, it was 2-2. It could have been 3-2. De Caro had to deny off David Clark. De Caro was simply brilliant again on Tuesday evening. Into the third period, Steelers going close again. It will be Colt King weaving his magic. A power play chance. Can King get to it? He can't. Tries to flick it through his legs on the forehand. Couldn't do so. The Panthers come forward 6 minutes into this period, but Ramsey breaks. Drop pass. Can Finnerty do anything? Oh boy, can he. What a great finish from Ryan Finnerty. He says he shot through a screen in his interview later. I'm not so sure. That was just an absolute bullet. And the Steelers player coach leading from example and scores the third goal. Let's see it again. Lovely drop pass from Ramsey. Of course, he scored a goal last week against Coventry. Very similar. But look at that. Kowalski did get a full view of it. The Sheffield Steelers led by 3-2. They went looking for that all-important 4th goal. Kowalski denies once, denies twice. A late 5-on-3 power play for the Nottingham Panthers. Now it's the turn of John De Caro to deny. Beauregard right out in front. Finnerty just got enough on that one. Beauregard with the tip. Here's the move of the night though. Colt King. If this would have gone in, we'd be talking about it for a month. Forehand, backhand. That long reach hits the outside of the post. Still 3-2. Lapine gets called for interference. Was that a little harsh? Lapine thought it was. Andy Carson made the call with 1:29 remaining on the game. Lapine just can't believe it. He's furious. And as well as the 2 minutes for interference, we got a 10-minute misconduct. He tried to take the Coke can, but he missed. It just was going to be one of those nights for the Nottingham Panthers, who left the empty net. The Steelers on the power play, even with that empty net, and the puck came to Jonathan Phillips. Heads up, red line, blue line, shoots, scores, empty net goal to round off a 4-2 victory for the Sheffield Steelers. Their fans were happy. Goal it was indeed, boys. And the Steelers captain rounded off the scoring. A 4-2 victory for the Steelers. They go to Dundee on Thursday before Lower Parliament Street on Saturday. Happy days for Cole King and the Sheffield Steelers. They were delighted. So was Coach Ryan Finnerty. Wow, congratulations, Coach. That was a big one.
Yeah, I think it was much deserved, and we've been waiting a while for it, and the fans have been waiting a while for it. So it was good. It was such tremendous support from the crowd tonight for a Tuesday night. For them to come out and support us is unbelievable, and the boys were buzzing from the get-go. So overall we're just happy to keep rolling here and keeping alive.
Good little story coming up, folks. Tell us when you first knew it was 1-0 to the Nottingham Panthers, and talk us through that one.
I didn't know until I looked in the box, and I was wondering. I was confused because the faceoff was at center where I thought it would be, and then there was 1-0. I didn't know until they announced David Clark scored, and I kind of asked what happened, because I thought the play was whistled down when we started fighting, but that was not exactly what I wanted out of that. But I think it needed to be done. I think that was something we wanted to set the tone and let them know they were in the game, and kind of felt that if we can go attack them the first period, that maybe they may not get into, they may not be into it, and try to take the easy way out. But they said they're such a good team. They're the best team in the league up and down the their lineup. They got so much depth, and they're so dangerous offensively, and their D moved the puck well. And we just kind of took a different approach today as how we played them, and we had a bit of success.
Good character as well, from 1 down to 2-1 up. They got it back to 2-2, but then your goal. Talk us through that. It was a bullet, wasn't it?
Yeah, Rammer left it for me inside the blue line there, and I shot it through a screen. I don't think Killer probably saw it, and luckily I beat him. I don't even know where it went, because I couldn't hardly see the net either, so I can't imagine he saw it. But it was a good feeling. It's been a long time coming, and to get such a big goal in such a big game, it always makes you feel good. And I needed to do it. I turned over the puck for the second goal, so in between periods there's not a worse feeling when you turn over a puck in your own zone and they come back and score. So I felt I needed to pay back the boys, and hopefully I'm all square now.
Was this a game that we actually couldn't afford to lose with the 4 points that Belfast picked up last weekend?
There isn't. We can't afford to lose any game. Like, it doesn't matter if we're playing here against Fife or playing against Nottingham. We can't afford to lose any game. The way Belfast is rolling, I can't see them slipping up too much. And what they did last weekend was amazing. And it's going to be a challenge, and it's one that we're prepared to do, and we have to do.
Quick word on Dundee on Thursday. You're quickly back on the bike, if you like. Does Duff get back in the lineup, or do you run the same lineup that did you so well today?
Yeah, we'll assess it. Like I said, Duffer, he's got the bad thumb there, and or bad knuckle. Sorry. So you felt that it was best to rest it here. If we didn't, if he couldn't be 100%, we didn't really want him going. And that kind of was a situation there, and we'll see how it is, and we'll tweak it. I mean, I'd like to say everybody's going to get in the lineup just with the games we have going down the stretch, but again, it's a difficult, sometimes very hard to pick.